Hey Capricorn, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings, and this week we are just sort of looking at whatever wants to pop out. I will do a couple of cards for love as well, but make sure you do subscribe to the channel. I do really appreciate that. Leave me a comment and let me know if there's any specific topics you would like me to look into. I'd be more than happy to accommodate those requests. We do have a little guest with us today, as you can see up on the couch there. But the decks I'm using today we have the Cosmic Messages Oracle. I am using the Egyptian Oracle. I have the Sweet Love Tea. Oh, there he goes. Love Oracle, as well as the Lunar Lenormand that we're clarifying everything with today. There you go. He's not a Capricorn. He's a Libra, that one. So it's nearly his birthday, actually. So obviously doesn't want to be in Capricorn video today. He's just coming over to my lap. But we'll get sort of into it for you. Okay, Capricorn. Capricorn, what is going on for our Capricorns? Starting off with affirmation message for you. So the affirmation message we have for our Capricorns today, we have, when you find something that excites you, go all in and enjoy the ride. Okay, Capricorn. So, if something is exciting you this week, if you're feeling yourself getting excited and those butterflies, jump all on into that and enjoy the ride. All right. So it's one of those things this week, Capricorn. I feel like there might be something that's taking you for a bit of a ride this week, but it does feel like exciting energy. It's something that you're passionate about, excited about. So I'm intrigued. I want to see if we can sort of work out what exactly that is. Okay, Capricorn. What is exciting Capricorn this week? Travel. Love on the bottom. Okay, the heart is on the bottom of the deck there. We do have the ship and the bear. All right, so we see travel with the ship here, starting some sort of adventure. Something is, a bit of an adventure this week, Capricorn. And we do see the bear there as well. So the bear is very interesting. So you're either headed towards a bear, or maybe a bear is headed towards you. That can symbolize Aries, Leo, or Capricorn. But it's usually, sometimes it can be an actual, like, somebody that represents a bear in real life. So like I always sort of get like a woodsman type person with that energy, but it can also talk about a bear as in the gay community bears, or things like that. Someone that likes to wear fur. It can just be somebody who's just very tall, dominant energy, a bit of a boss. It's a boss energy. It's a very dominant, strong protector. Someone with very strong, clear boundaries. So for some of you, that's partly what the adventure is this week. Is you're traveling towards being able to set very clear, strong boundaries for yourself, and not allow those to be crossed. So sometimes I know for me personally that's a challenge, to make sure I've got my, if I set a boundary, that I make sure I stick to it, even just to my own self sometimes. But, that sometimes we allow people to cross our boundaries because of, we care about them, or we're trying to, nurture or protect a relationship, and we allow our boundaries to get crossed. So I feel like for you, it might just be, standing tall and firm and strong, and keeping those boundaries up for yourself this week, maybe part of the adventure. Very interesting. For some of you, I'm also picking up traveling to Canada for someone there as well. So there may be a trip that you're planning or going on, or maybe you're like me and you're living your life vicariously through somebody else, and they're actually quite literally on a cruise ship to Canada. So my sister is currently on a cruise ship on her way to Canada, and I keep telling her, if you see bears, you need to take photos of the bears for me, because I adore bears. I love bears. But the bear energy can also talk about your soul. Capricorn, especially with the Capricorn energy on that. It can be a very deep, soulful energy because it's very nurturing, but it's also, protecting yourself and taking care of yourself. So it could just be, starting a journey through, through the waters of your own soul. So sit back and enjoy the ride one way or another. All right, but we'll get into the main portion of your reading here, Capricorn. I just got to channel these messages when they come through. Capricorn, what's going on for Capricorn this week? What does Capricorn need to know right now? Okay, Capricorn. Ooh, we have the cat. The black cat. Okay, honor this magical creature for protection, luck, and profound spiritual guidance. All right, so if you are on a spiritual journey, on a soul journey, honor the cat for protection, luck, and profound guidance this week. So there may be, you might be seeing a lot of cats around yourself this week. And, oh, okay. Sorry, there was just a big shift in, I'm receiving a big download, but it's not. Okay. Something about cats, obviously very, very important this week. Does somebody have a black cat? Do you know someone with a black cat? Capricorn. Cats, there's some important energy around cats and honoring the protection that they offer, especially if you're going somewhere that is known to be haunted. I'm just picking this up randomly. Cats are protectors against the spirit world in a lot of ways. A lot of people that own cats don't even realize that they actually do protect you from spirits. And so, if you're living in like a haunted house, for example, sometimes the best protection you can get for your family is a cat, because the ghosts don't want to mess with the cats and the cats don't want to mess with the ghosts. So the cats will actually protect your energy from ghosts, so to speak, and unwanted energies. So having a cat around you is actually really good for protection, but there's also something here about, because I do find that a lot of people that are allergic to cats, like myself, I've noticed a bit of a pattern, all right, that the people that are allergic to cats seem to have that same protective quality about themselves, about their own soul. So maybe that's something that you're learning about yourself at the minute, is about how to protect your own energy. So there's something about energy protection this week as well. So, wearing, symbols of protection are going to be very strong for you this week. Very good juju for you to be doing that sort of stuff and focusing on protection. A lot of you are going to see signs of cats, like specifically Egyptian style, stylized Egyptian cats. When you see the Egyptian cat, that's that's like a sign that you're going in the right direction and that things are going how they're supposed to. So I feel like for someone here, there's going to be a moment this week where you're having this. It's like you're about to have a meltdown, going, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I don't know if that was the right choice to make. And you're about to freak out, kind of thing. And then you see the Egyptian cat and you go, it's like it's a weight off your shoulders, and you're like, it's okay. No matter how crazy this is right now, it's supposed to happen. And I know that there's a deeper meaning to this happening for me, even if I don't like the emotions attached to what's happening right now, even if I don't like what's actually going on here. It's supposed to be. Allow it to be. It is what it is. Moving right along, kind of thing. Clarify this energy for Capricorn. Capricorn, what does Capricorn need to know this week? So definitely going along for the ride this week, Capricorn, and really taking it as it comes. Like you are, I feel like you are going to have a few moments, and it feels like just moments of like, oh, yeah, not gonna lie, you are gonna have a few moments, because firstly we have the whip here, which can signify arguments, which can signify conflict, but it's like conflicting responsibilities. We have the cross here as well, so it's like your responsibilities are conflicting with what you have faith in being right for you, in kind of destiny, in a sense here. Some of you may just be having some sort of argument this week. Pardon? There may be an argument that, but that it's kind of reminding us that that's part of your destined path. That argument is, it's supposed to happen this way. This is actually things falling into place for a greater purpose. Even if, yeah, it's uncomfortable to have an argument. But do you know what? Sometimes, even if all we learn from that argument is how to resolve that issue, there's always things to learn from arguments and conflicts and tension and drama and all that sort of stuff. There's always something we can learn here. But I do feel for a lot of you, it is going to be elements of confliction within yourself, like punishing yourself, fighting with yourself, because we also have the clouds here, which does, talk about the way that you're thinking about things, and that you are going to be sort of more likely to be overthinking things this week, and sort of allowing yourself to get wrapped up in the clouds and confusion. So there may be a lot of confusion, like I said, those moments of, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Am I going the right direction? Did I make the right choice? A lot of clouded judgments and confusion and overthinking things, and overthinking the negative potential of things, the negatives, getting stuck in that cloud of negative thinking. So definitely needing that cat energy around you to help bring you back into positive thinking, and stopping yourself from sort of over dramatizing everything in your own mind, because your own mind is what you seem to be most in conflict with this week, because your reality and energy, they conflict sometimes, yeah, and that seems to be what's happening this week. Your soul and then the reality, the mundane, normal life to life stuff seem to be a little bit in conflict this week, because with the cross there in the middle, that's you're having, there's a responsibility to your soul. There's a responsibility to have faith that everything's, there's a greater plan to all of this, and that it's all happening for a reason. And that's kind of exactly what is happening here, but it's happening in ways that don't necessarily feel like they're taking you in the directions you want to go. But in a weird kind of way, they are. So, you really need to just go along for the ride this week, Capricorn, and ride all this out, and make sure you're doing your part by swinging your thoughts back around to positive, and not allowing tension or fighting to get the better of you, to make sure you're, standing tall and firm and strong, and keeping your boundaries up, that you're not getting defensive, and you're standing in your own power. You know what I mean? Like the bear is very similar to the strength card in tarot, in the sense that you have the strength and the fortitude within you to stand tall and strong and confident in who you are here, and know that, no matter what happens, I know who I am. I'm not going to give in. I'm not going to allow someone to cross my boundaries here. I'm not, especially not myself. I'm not going to allow myself to spin my thoughts out of control and steer me down directions I don't want to go. All right, so you may just need to bring yourself back around a few times this week, Capricorn. Not gonna lie, all right, but having a look at love and romance for you, Capricorn. Capricorn, what's going on for Capricorn when it comes to love and romance? Love and romance for the Capricorn collective. Romantic love for our Capricorns. Wow, I'm like, it's so weird. I've had this same card for you're at least the third sign we've had this for this week, and it's like, look how big this deck is. It's huge, this deck. You would think that I would have been able to get different cards, but no. We have the Love's Wings card coming through, but it does kind of match in with what we're seeing already. Put aside differences and soaring to the next level. So once again, I want to say keeping level-headed and enables you to ascend to the next level, because this is divine devotion and ascension as well. You can see the angel figure in that card there. Love's Wings, putting aside your differences with others. Any conflicts that we're having, we're putting aside our differences, and so that we can move on to the next level. And the next level up here for you, Capricorn, is putting up those boundaries and not allowing those to be crossed, even if it starts a fight. Not being afraid of that conflict this week, because I'm I'm willing to put aside our differences, but I'm still not willing to allow you to cross my boundaries and you know, treat me badly and disrespectfully. It's just not going to happen. So, but making magic, Capricorn. Everything seems perfect and it's not an illusion. Trust. Believe in love. I believe in a thing called love. Trust. Believe. Have faith. Seeing that coming through once again. It is saying when you find something that excites you, go all in and enjoy the ride. So that's making a lot of magic in your energy here, is going all in that energy of, you know, I'm going to trust and believe in love, regardless of whether that's, you know, with a current person or with you know, someone brand new or whatnot as well. I'm going to believe, I'm going to trust that the universe is doing what I need it to, even when it doesn't, you know, pan out exactly how I thought it would. You know, there might be a few missteps and fighting along the way to stand for my boundaries and whatnot. I still believe that it's possible. I still believe that it'll all work out okay at the end, and it's all happening for a reason. Clarify this message for Capricorn. Romantic love. What does Capricorn need to know in regards to romantic love? Your wishes are coming true, Capricorn. We have the star. Wishes, goals, achievements when it comes to love. Your dreams are being fulfilled. Hope. There's a reason to have hope and optimism when it comes to love, Capricorn. The stars are falling from the sky and landing in your lap when it comes to love. We have the clover here as well. It's worth the investment. Go all in. Once again, when you find something or someone that excites you, go all in and enjoy the ride. The clover tells us go all in. It says jump in the deep end. It says take the chance. Jump in the deep end. The investment is worth your while, that you have good luck on your side. Okay, good fortune, good luck. Especially here too, we have the bouquet, the flowers, yeah? So some of you, someone is literally going to give you a gift, some flowers or something along those lines, some sort of gift, a token of appreciation or a token of love this week, a token of romance this week. But once again, especially after the clover there, like I said, the clover talks about going all in, giving your all, jumping in, taking a chance. The bouquet says give. It's a giving energy. It says give and you shall receive. Give all your time, your love, your energy, and you shall receive. Okay. So some of you are getting a gift. It is talking about, you know, gifts as well, but it's reciprocal energy. It's every time you give time, love, energy to everything in your life here, you receive that back tenfold. All right. So when you find something that excites you, go all in and enjoy the ride. And it is going to be a ride this week, Capricorn. And like every good ride, for some reason, I'm getting like a motorbike ride for you this week, Capricorn. And it's like, you know, with every good ride, there's always a scary little bit. There's a few scary bits. You know, you might hit a pothole and have a few little bumps this week. But then, you know, you've got the wind in your hair, and you're winding up through the mountains, and you can see some beautiful sights along the way as well. All right. Not to mention you've got your arms wrapped around some hot motorbike guy. Is that just me? Anyway, that's what we've got for you this week, Capricorn. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all again soon.